What's up, guys? David JerseyMan Repicky here, coming at you for Sports Talk Big 12 Week 14 conference block. Basically, we learned last week Oklahoma is the Big 12 champions. I believe they secured a spot in the playoffs. If not, committee is really stupid for doing that to begin with. But they should be locked. Should be playing Alabama, which I'm really looking forward to. But there's two games left for the Big 12, and I'm also going to give my input on the conference title games for the other conferences. Um, there's no game of the week, no upset of the week, just two games. And what was at stake for one of them is just a bowl bid, just about. But let's get to it. We're going to start off first at 12 Eastern, Texas at Baylor on ESPN on Saturday. Basically, Texas basically playing just upset. I mean, they're playing like they got nothing to lose. Baylor, on the hand, playing for a potential All-State Sugar Bowl game, New Year's Six Bowl. Um, so basically like that. But Baylor should be coming in with a vengeance after losing to TCU the way they did in a horrible game, but in which I called the upset anyway. So, but I got Baylor win this one like 56-21 if Texas gets to 21. Other game at 4:30 on Fox Sports 1, West Virginia at Kansas State. Battle of the mediocre teams, you could say. West Virginia and both Kansas State are just playing for possibly better bowl games, just playing to win, I guess. This game is basically a meaningless game in the Big 12 and basically in the college football world because it's not a conference title. It's not a big game with implications. Just another game, another day. I'll go with West Virginia on this one, 38-35, and a close one. Um, People are saying, why is there a Big 12 title game? Why isn't there a title game to justify the first of the Power 5? Well, there's 10 teams. You got to have 12 to have the conference title. Honestly, I mean, first year, Big 12 screwed up. They should have named Baylor the conference champions and TCU second place as Baylor won the head-to-head. This year, there was no issues with that. Oklahoma was the only one-loss team in the Big 12. Showed why they were the conference champions. Showed why they were able to take care of the teams they care. They have top 11 three wins against the top 11. They have a win against Tennessee. I think they're in the top 25 now, which doesn't really matter because I don't think Tennessee's overrated. I think Tennessee's overrated to begin with, but they have more ranked wins than Ohio State. They have more ranked wins, I think, than Michigan State. I believe so. They got more ranked wins than Iowa. I mean, if people think Oklahoma, these Big Ten teams should be over Oklahoma, then you get real. But there shouldn't be a reason for a conference title right now for the Big 12. They proved that you can play everybody in the conference with 10 teams. I mean, yeah, can they do better in the non-conference games? Of course. But the problem is they schedule it like 5, sometimes 10 years in the future. So you can't expect that, oh hey, their schedule's off. It's not their fault in a way. I mean, yeah, they could schedule a couple teams the year before and play them like Oklahoma State, Florida State did last year. But Baylor's probably going to start doing some more of that. TCU usually does that. Same for Oklahoma. Oklahoma State needs to start doing that now. But I just don't see a conference title to be necessary right now. And I honestly don't see any teams coming into the Big 12 right now. You can say, oh, what about Houston and Memphis? Memphis lost their coach. They're going to lose their star quarterback. I think Houston is about ready to lose their coach to a higher up school. And so you can't really say, well, they should be in the Big 12. No. But, you can say, well, what about TCU? TCU had Gary Patterson. He's been there for 14 years. And his resume stacks up for TCU, where he's been successful outside of the Power 5, winning BCS bowl games, upsetting teams, playing good teams as well. So you can't. The record shows it. You can't. If Houston Memphis plays good 5 years from now and it goes in the Big 12, we'll consider it. But right now, you can't just say, well, Houston and Memphis should join right now because they're hot. How would they do next year? How would they do 2 years from now outside of the Power Five before entering the conference? They both, I believe, lost their head coaches. Memphis lost their star quarterback. So we don't know how Memphis is going to do next year with the next quarterback that's going to be playing. But that's that. Let's go ahead and get to the other conferences. Clemson and North Carolina. West State is huge because this is probably one of the biggest games with upset potential out of any of the Power Five. Clemson needs to play steady offense against North Carolina. North Carolina's hot after losing South Carolina, which is a bad loss, but North Carolina been running the table against the ACC. So basically, Deshaun Watson just play mistake free. Don't let go of the pedal. Basically, you up big, keep it big, because North Carolina can score those points as well. They can score 59, 60 points easily against these teams. But I got Clemson in a close one, 42-31. It'll be close, and then Clemson should continue to step it up a little bit and get it taken care of. Iowa and Michigan State. Iowa's overrated. Iowa played nobody. Oh, but they played two top 25 teams in Wisconsin and Northwestern. Not really. Northwestern isn't that good. Wisconsin's always overrated. They're one dimensional. They're the Alabama of the Big Ten. They have a good running game, and that's it. I mean, come on now. But same for Iowa. It's like Alabama, except Iowa has a quarterback this year. If Michigan State could play good defense, stop the run, Michigan State can win this in a blowout, like Ohio State did last year, which convinced the committee to put them in. I got Michigan State in this one, 42-28. It'll be close at the half, and Michigan State will take over. The Pac-12. Let's continue back to the Big Ten. Big Ten, basically you win, you in. Iowa wins, they stay in. Michigan State wins, they're in. Ohio State should not even be in the talks right now. I don't care. You're not in the conference title. You're not in it. That's what happens. You guys, I mean, there should be no talk of Ohio State. We're not having no damn Alabama mistake like in 2011 where they screwed Oklahoma State over. But speaking of Alabama, the SEC title game, probably the most overrated title game right now out of any conference. I mean, you're playing Florida. Florida is overrated. No offense to my father, but Florida is overrated. You get blown out by Florida State. Miami made it a better game than you guys did. I mean, come on. I mean, we had Al Golden as our coach, and you guys had nothing going. But Florida struggled against East Carolina, struggled against FAU, which was embarrassing in my opinion. My dad got me because, you guys lost to Baylor. Oklahoma State lost to Baylor. At least we didn't struggle against FAU. At least we took care of our cupcake teams. But if Bama doesn't blow out Florida, Bama is going to get blown out by Oklahoma. Hands down. If Bama does not blow out Florida, Oklahoma is going to have a field day against Bama. Because, one, Bama can't play against the spread. Saban bitches about it every single time. Oh, it's not real football. It's unsafe. There's no proof. I watch Big 12 football all the time. Doesn't really affect them. It's just your team's out of shape. That's what it is. Your team's out of shape. Your team can't handle the spread. If Bama doesn't win by 20, I think Bama's out again in the first round. Then after that committee, the poll voters need to start looking at SEC differently. They can't be like, well, it's Alabama. It's the SEC. They got to start focusing. I got Bama in this one, 38-3. If Bama makes it close, remotely close, Bama next year should be a top 15 team. Hands down. Next year, they should be a top 15 team. Don't put them in the top 10. Don't even put them in the top 5. They can't take care of Florida, and then get blown up by OU. Put them in the top 15. Hey, that's what the polls are supposed to be like. Pac-12, Stanford versus USC. What's at stake? Basically, Stanford win. They have a slight remote chance of making it. If Bama loses somehow to Florida, which would be hilarious, then Stanford might have that possible chance to make it because Stanford won their conference. If the committee backs off on the word of what they do, committee is a joke. They're talking about consistency. They're talking about strength of schedule. They're talking about this and that and all these other things. But what about conference champions? What about how they're doing now? Stanford came back against Notre Dame with 20 seconds left and make game-winning football. Stanford's playing against a good USC team. I think could have easily been one of those teams that could have made it to the playoffs this year. Could have been undefeated. I guess they struggled at times. They didn't look so hot. But, I mean, USC could pull the upset and beat Stanford. All I got to do is stop Eddie McCaffrey. All I got to do is stop McCaffrey. You guys win. But Stanford can control the clock. They control what they do. But I got Stanford in this one 42-41. It'd be close. But that's my thoughts of the conference championship implications, my thoughts of what the team should be doing to win these games, my thoughts of the teams in general. Basically, I want to say I'm proud of the Big 12. I'm a Big 12 supporter. I may hate OU, but when it comes to the Big 12, I will support them. I'm a Canes fan as well. I think the Mark Richt hire is okay. Mark Richt hasn't won a conference title. This might be his chance to win it, to prove the coach he can be, especially with the talent he has. He has Brad Kyle for another year. He has a running game like always. Miami's known for running back U, receiver U as well. When they always play receivers, and right now what I'm hearing, recruitment is exploded for Miami. Miami could get recruits out the butt this year, thanks to Rick. Golden didn't have the coaching style where it gets recruitments. He was the Joe Philbin of the college football world. Too nice of a guy, not enough swag, you could say, for Miami. But basically, I'm proud of the Big 12. I think Oklahoma State, I called them as a dark horse beginning of the year. I wrote it down in the conference blog before I started doing videos. They did surprisingly well. I mean, they got 2 losses against Baylor and OU. They should have. They got some work to be done, especially on the running game, especially the quarterback play. I mean, they got work to be done. They need to figure out stuff in the offense. Defensively, they got to work on the schemes. I saw schemes against OU, and I'm like, why are you doing that? You got 3 receivers, but you only covered 2 of them. They could do screens, bubble screens all day with that. But I'm proud of Oklahoma State for what they did. Miami, I'm glad they got rid of Golden. It needed to go. Now they got to get rid of the defensive coordinator, and they'll be perfect, in my opinion. Because that means they got rid of a defensive coordinator that can't coordinate as well as Miami used to. But I think the Big 12 still gets no credit where credit is due at times, because they got 3 to 4 teams, maybe 5 teams at most sometimes, doing good. But also they get like, oh, you guys play a soft schedule. Your conference sucks. Yeah, it's true. I mean, Baylor could play some stronger opponents, which they should be start doing soon. TCU, Gary Patterson usually plays a couple decent teams. Oklahoma usually plays a Power 5 conference. Oklahoma State's going to start doing that as well eventually. I mean, it's just going to come to the point to how they're doing against the Power 5. But honestly, the committee isn't helping them out as well. They make up an excuse for every team every week. It's like, well, this team is consistent. This team's winning. This team's doing this. This team beat 500 teams. Well, how about the Big 12 teams? They're all doing the same thing. I mean, come on. But I'm going to be doing previews of top 6 next week, hopefully. Also doing bowl game reactions, how each team is, who they're going against, my thoughts of it. If for some reason the community gets them out of the top 4, I think NCAA needs to do something, because your guys are ruining the game, the integrity of the game. You can't just do that every time. Just make an excuse. Straight for schedule is straight up. You need to be thrown out the window. But next video, my preview for Dolphins Ravens games. I'm not looking forward to that because it's Miami. all Dolphin fans are ready for this season to be over with. All ready to just hope Stephen Ross just gives up on the team and just sells it. And just everybody just cleans house. Maybe keep a couple coaches, keep a couple players, go from there. But thank you guys for this season. Like I said, I got one more video left for the Big 12. But I appreciate you guys watching these vids, hearing my input on Big 12. If you haven't joined our group, join us. Facebook.com/group/sports talk with two Ks. I'll put the link in the description. It's a fun group. Join us. We do a lot of stuff together. We got ambassadors for the NFLs. I'm one of them for the Dolphins, unfortunately. But we have a great group. We give each other crap about things, make fun of teams. Trust me, there's plenty of Patriots and Dallas Cowboys haters out there. I, for one, don't care for those teams. I mean, so it's not my business. But join our group. It's fun. I enjoy it. Been there for over 3 years, almost 4 years now. And yeah, thank y'all for watching this video. I know it was a little bit lengthy, but it's some things I just got to express about how sometimes college football is ran and some of the teams the way they are. But this is the JerseyMan signing out.